When coronavirus first hit the Bay Area in March of 2020, we knew that the shelter-in-place and quarantine orders would hurt so many individuals, local businesses, and organizations. We knew it would be economically devastating.
I think how we were able to adapt to the global pandemic is really a story of being nimble and adaptive. It was an interesting journey. It went from readiness, which we didn't have any because there's no playbook for a pandemic, to reinventing ourselves and responding to the direct needs of our community. So it started with helping with emergency services and food distribution with our partnership through Second Harvest Food Bank. It transitioned to talking with our school district partners, city government, to figure out what's the best way for us to show up for our community. We surveyed our parents in multiple languages to see what they thought the needs were. We connected with city and county officials. And when the shelter in place started to evolve and the notion of essential and non-essential workers, we found that that was our space, our niche to really help move the needle.
So when I found out I could go back to work, I knew that I needed to right away, but I was worried because I didn't know where my son was gonna stay or who could watch him, or I just didn't have any childcare outside of the Boys and Girls Club.
The Boys and Girls Club went from an operation that was an after-school program to an operation that was a full-day program.
And we went through an intensive certification process that allowed us to be able to run emergency childcare services. And that model has carried over into what we're doing today. 12-to-1 cohorts. We operate an extended model from 7:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. and we try to serve as many people in our community as possible.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It started with police, fire, hospital. It evolved into anybody whose boss says you can't do your work at home, you need to come in.
Because I am a waitress, but once the restaurant was able to reopen in a new model as well, I knew that I would have the opportunity to go back. And luckily, the Boys and Girls Club had this new model as well that really came into play and helped alleviate some of the burdens that were brought by COVID-19.
There was a really dark time for us where we were looking at sustainability. Can we survive this? And to have a funder with the stature and the history of Silicon Valley Community Foundation to say, we see you, we recognize you, and we want to invest in you, we're going to abandon the old norms and models for how we used to fund.
Silicon Valley Community Foundation launched the Regional Emergency Response Fund to provide emergency support grants to nonprofits like the Boys and Girls Club of San Mateo County to help them continue their vital community work as well as to adapt to the pandemic.
And I liken it to Silicon Valley Community Foundation 2.0. This version under Nicole Taylor is just so responsive to community need, and that was really inspiring to me as a leader and inspiring to our Boys and Girls Club as an organization.
My son enjoys coming here every day. It has brought him something to look forward to every day. He's excited to do all the science projects they're doing, and he was doing a coding academy, so he's looking forward to doing all these things and has enjoyed going outside every day.